Hey, good morning, folks. Welcome to the Morning Coffee Commentary. I'm going to talk to you a little bit more from the garden perspective, give you a quick lesson today. I'm standing in front of a blueberry bush here that is just loaded up with blueberries. I don't know if you can see here, but it's about harvest time. These blueberries are coming in and just about getting ripe and actually doing good. We've been pulling quite a few blueberries out of here. Now, this bush, I've been talking to you a lot about pruning the vegetable garden and about pulling weeds where things are where they're hindering things that are growing well from doing quite as productive as they should be. For example, right here in front of my face is a wisteria vine growing up in my nice blueberry bush. Down below here is an old I know there's an old oak sapling down in here. You can't hardly see that needs to come out. But here's the lesson for today. There's a time and a place for everything. There's a time to prune and there's a time to rip out the bad weeds and get them out of your way. But right now, for this blueberry bush, it's not the time. It is very close to being fully harvestable. I mean, we've already picked a gallon or two off of these bushes, but there's a lot more left on here. And if I get in here and I get to ripping out these vines from this blueberry bush and pulling out these saplings and all that, I'm gonna knock the fruit off of it. And it's going to actually be more detrimental for me to do that than it would be for me to just leave them in here. And when winter comes or past this fruiting, the harvest time, I come in here and surgically remove all this stuff and get it out of the way for next year and make things even more productive next year. Now here's a biblical lesson on that. Jesus gives a parable of the weeds. It says a farmer sowed some good seed, grew a crop. Later on, his workers came in and said, "Look, I thought you sowed some good seed, but I see a lot of weeds out there among our crop. What do you want us to do?" He said, "Just let it grow. Just let the weeds grow, let the crop grow, and when it comes harvest time, we'll collect all of it together. We'll throw the bad stuff in a pile and burn it up, and we'll put the good stuff in our warehouse or our storehouse and save it up for winter consumption." Now, here's a lesson in that. Jesus explains later to his disciples, he's like, don't get frustrated if you're part of the kingdom of God and you're doing your best to try to be fruitful, be productive and all that, and a lot of people around you are just a bunch of weeds. God's going to sort all that out in the end. So don't get frustrated. Don't give up. Just stay in there and stay put and stay with it and do what you know you're supposed to do, which is produce fruit. World sure could use a little good news today.